Hello and welcome to another episode of The Rundown, where I am Damien Farr, and I almost forgot what I was talking about, because what I'm talking about is what I'm talking about this week, coming up, and what I talked about last week, and some future stuff. So, before we get too far into it, because I feel it's bolded here, it's bolded on this card, so I feel it's important to talk. Christmas came early, baby. YouTube sent me my YouTube Play Award here, for hitting 100 subscribers. So I feel it's important to point this baby out. I mean, look at that. Look at that. It's totally not done on a sheet of paper, where lined paper or anything, where it says, it says, presented to the Farr Off Show for passing 100 subscribers. Hopefully we don't lose 100 and they can take it back. I mean, that'd be terrible. So, this is going to always be here now. It's going to be in the desk, but, it's a thought that counts. So I thought I should show that off because, well, that's awesome. That's really awesome. Actually, you know what? How do I make this work without, making this terribly? What if we move these forward here, like this, right? Like that. Then you move Steamboat Willie here a little bit forward. Like that. You got this here, move that a little bit ahead. You move the brand new piranha plant just a hair forward, like over here. And then we go ahead and put this baby like right about here. You don't want it too close to the edge, but you want it to be, there you go, there we go, look at that. It's like it was meant to be. I wish I could have said I planned this to be here, but I didn't plan it to be there. So, let's go back over to where I'm normally supposed to be, where Halo 3 ODST Part 6. Part 6 happened. Part 7's coming out this week. That's really all there is to say. We're doing a really extra special video. I like to say almost every video is extra special, but this one's really extra special. We're doing my favorite films of all time, which is an ever-changing thing, but I feel like now's a good time to talk about it. Then, this week, or last Friday, we talked about the HBO Max streaming platform, and it's like this. And then finally, we got one big extra special announcement. Other than the YouTube plaque, the YouTube play button, we got one more big announcement, the Way Too Much podcast. I've said for a while, I don't know if I've really said it on the show, but I've said it in private, that I want to start a podcast. So, I'm going to start a podcast called the Way Too Much Podcast. Couple of reasons why it's called the Way Too Much Podcast. I already have way too much on my plate with this show and the occasional streaming on Twitch. It's one of the few times I'm going to mention it again. Twitch.tv/FarOffMan. I got my own personal YouTube channel, Damien Farry, which I post random videos to. And then I got Laser Moon Entertainment, which is where the Way Too Much Podcast is going to go. So 3 YouTube channels, 1 Twitch account. This is a lot of stuff. I still want to do a lot. And I want to expand, but to be honest, this is more of a behind the desk talking about stuff and making jokes here and there. Like that. That's a joke. Let's be honest. That's a joke. But, Way Too Much Podcast. So, I got way too much on my plate. There's way too many podcasts already, and I really wanted to use Way for some reason because the Way Off Show. So, I felt the Way Off Show needs to be remembered, so Way Too Much Podcast. So, the Way Too Much Podcast is going to be hopefully starting March of 2021. And it's going to come out Wednesdays, hopefully at 11 a.m. And the reason I want to do 11 a.m., it completely is the opposite of the Wednesday videos here. 11 a.m., 12 hours later, the Farr Off Show. Way too much, or Way Off Wednesday, as I still call it in my head, and Farr Off Fridays. So, that's going to be pretty sick. So, I don't really have much more to talk about. What do you think of my crappy play button that I made pretty quickly? I think it's pretty sweet, and I'm going to leave it on the set forever. When I get the ability to, I hope I can get the silver and gold one in all seriousness, but we'll see what happens. So, what do you think? Way Too Much Podcast? The logo was over there. I think it looks pretty sick. Episodes, what do you think I should talk about? Tell me in the comments below. This was a bigger, longer episode of The Rundown. Tell me what you think. Don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe, hit that bell icon, and have a Farr Off night.